Warning: the following content is for Mauricio only. Viewer discretion is advised.
Okay, so Mauricio, if you don't recall, I told you I was going to be making another keyboard, specifically my endgame keyboard, because this hobby, it's way too expensive and I'll get into that later. Plus, I told you I'd let you know when it's finished, so here we are. And then we deep talked for a bit, and yeah. This build features a Keychron Q6 Pro. It's hot swappable, made entirely out of metal, can be used wired or wireless, plus it has a cute little knob that has adjustable functions. Mine just controls volume for right now. It retails at $190 bare bones, but I got it during Black Friday for cheaper than that. I forget how much it was, to be honest, but it was definitely still too much. My favorite feature is that it's a full-size keyboard. I really didn't like how small my other builds were, plus I really missed my numpad. The switches that I used were the Gazoo Boba U4s. I felt like my other keyboards, they were just too loud, so I looked up switches that were supposedly silent and these bad boys came up. These cost me $60 for a pack of 110 off of AliExpress, and they came in this big old bag. It wasn't what I was used to, but it got the job done. The only thing I didn't like about this style of packaging is that about 40% of the switches, they had bent pins, and it's not hard to readjust them, it's just an annoying and super tedious process, and you gotta make sure that you get it right every single time. I also added this foam ring modification to it in order to promote silence. It's just a ring of foam that you slap onto the switch, and it should help with the reverb between the click and the keycap presses, or so I thought. The final piece to my final board are ceramic keycaps by Cerakey. I think they retail at around $160, but once again, I got a Black Friday deal, of which I forgot the amount, coincidentally. Now, getting these were the most difficult decision to make in the entire build, but they look so good. They feel great, and just look at that glossy finish on them. Anyways, watch me build this thing. Dang. Dude, this one is messed up. If it doesn't work, then we know why. Not sure if that's focusing or not, but... bruh. We have one more piece, and since we have one more piece, that means we have 3 more left over, so if you want these, let me know. Yeah. Right now we're gonna test if the buttons work, and I am hoping everything does, because if not, we have a very big issue. It would help if it was plugged in. Nice. Okay, so just about everything is working. Scroll lock, I don't know. And pause, I'm not really sure either, but yeah. And now we're gonna put on the keycaps. Oh yeah, and I got other special keycaps I didn't tell you about, but that doesn't matter. We are also gonna do our little foam padding. And yeah. Was that recording? Please tell me that. So, I was kind of sad. The keyboard that I spent months dreaming of putting together just did not sound like what I wanted it to. And it didn't even feel like what I wanted it to feel like either. It wasn't as quiet as I wanted it to be, and it felt like heavy and clunky and like that feeling after you go to a buffet. That's what it felt like. And so, I swapped it out. I used some switches from a previous build, the Gatoron Oil Kings, and I felt like these would do a better job with this specific build. So let's hear it. Man. These are brown, by the way. So yeah, I'm pretty satisfied with how the keyboard turned out in the end. I think my favorite part about it is the ceramic keycaps, and moving the other switches onto this keyboard, that was definitely the move. The most disappointing thing in this build were the sound pads, and those just didn't really do what I expected them to do. I mean, they probably did to an extent, but what I was aiming for, it just didn't achieve. And a lot of the time it just made the keyboard feel way more clunkier, and it just didn't feel like a good typing experience. Now, I did like the silent switches that I got, but I don't think it was for this build in particular. Like I said, I think the other switches, they accent this keyboard a lot better, but yeah.
So yeah, just wanted to talk about it a bit. That's it. See ya.